Dear students, today we are going to discuss about the MA English Delhi University paper, this Delhi University syllabus, and that is for MA semester 4. That is Dalit Studies paper, Unit 4. I'm going to do, and stanza wise, it's a eco-casteism we are trying to understand. Now, in Unit 4, you will find in Dalit Studies paper, Unit 4, you will find these are the writers which are there for your, uh, for your Unit 4. And in this, you will find these poetry and then Limbale's Dalit aesthetic. So, poetry Namdev Dasal, Mandakini Patil, a young prostitute, and the college I intend. Marathi, Nirav Patel, the song of our shirt, that is in Gujarati. Mr. M.R. Renukumar, the question paper, Malayalam, Lal Singh Dil, the outcast, Punjabi, Valbir Madhopuri, my old man, Punjabi, Mohan Das Namashrai, we will fight. Hey, that is in Hindi, Rajni Tilak, the beat of 1,000 feet, Hindi, Chalapalli Swaruprani, water, that is in Telugu, and Basudev Sunani, prayer, that is in Odia. And the text which we are going to study, that is Sharan Kumar Limbale, towards an aesthetic of Dalit literature, history, controversies, and consideration. Translated from Marathi by Alok Mukherjee, New Delhi, Orient Longman. So this is what introduction I have given you, and to provide a rigorous eco-casteist and subaltern analysis of these poems, we must view the environment not as a scenic background but a contested site of labor, exclusion, and survival. So the nature here is not as a scenery or a beautiful sight, but it is a site which for which is a the site which reflect labor, and this labor also is having a lot of contestation. For example, how the labor is being exploited for the site. This land also reflect exclusion on the basis of caste, community, and gender, and race, and then survival, how this land also give the story of survival. So this environment, which is not a scenic beauty, but it is a contested site of labor, exclusion, and survival. The stanza wise thematic background of these poems through the lens of eco-casteism and Dalit aesthetic as defined by Limbale. Chalapalli Swarup Rani's Water, Telugu, stanza 1 and 2. Social map. Water is introduced uh, not as a social map, but now this Karam Chedu massacre was a violent caste-based attack on 17 July 1985 in Andhra Pradesh, India, where Kamma landlords killed six Madigas, Dalit, and raped three women. Following a dispute over drinking water, over 100 armed men attacked the Dalit community, leading to mass displacement, looting, and erosion in the village. So, how this land, historical witness, it became the site of the violence, Karam Chedu massacre. And this massacre, you just need to remember. When you are writing your answer, write these informations. Karam Chedu massacre was a violent caste-based attack on 17 July 1985 in Andhra Pradesh, India, where Kamma landlord killed six Madigas, Dalit, and raped three women. Following a dispute over drinking water, over 100 armed men attacked the Dalit community, leading to mass displacement, looting, and erosion in the village. Stanza 3 and 4, Environmental Apartheid. The poem highlights the long walk of Dalit women. The village well is a site of spiritual apartheid. Water knows the difference between a metal pot and a thatched pot. Stanza 5, that is commodification. In the modern era, water is sold in bottle. The poet argues that while water's caste shift to a commodity, the Dalit remain thirsty, highlighting capital and capital alienation. Uh, and these, I mean, I read it again, how this Stenja 5 talk about the commodification. So water has become a commodity, but untouchables are still, they are uh, alienated from the capitalism. Nirav Patel, The Song of Our Shirt, Gujarati. The laboring body, this poem is an eco-casteist critique of the textile industry. The shirt is an extension of the Dalit body that picked the cotton. Stenja analysis. It tracked the journey from soil to the machine. The sweat of the laborer is invisible chemical that dyes the fabric. It echoes the materialism of Dalit life. The worker creates the world's beauty, but lived in ragged condition. Namdev Dasal, Mandakini Patil, a young prostitute. A linguistic terrorism. Dasal uses the foul environment of the slum, that Golpitha, to shelter aesthetic. The Golpeta 1972 is the debut poetry collection by Namdev Dasal, a pioneering figure in Dalit literature and a founder of the Dalit Panther movement. It is considered a radical, groundbreaking work in Marathi literature that redefined the landscape of Dalit poetry. Then we come to eco-caste snow. The environment here is one of the filth, sewage, and urban decay. The Sala argues that the purity of the upper caste is built upon the pollution of the red light district. Mandakini Patil is a natural resource being exploited by the urban machine. Lal Singh Dil, Outcast, that is in Punjabi. The poem is written in Punjabi. Anti-pastoralism. Dil rejects the romantic Punjabi village, the common land that is Shamlat, that is specifically Shamlat De, refer a village common land in Punjab managed by the Gram Panchayat of community use, such as grazing, path, and in some cases cultivation. It is created by landowners contributing a portion of their holding for the communal benefit. It is generally not for sale, though it is often leased. Stenja analysis. Here describes the smell of evening not as pleasant, but at the time when the outcast must return to their segregated hut. Nature is boundary. The trees and the fields belong to the landlord, while only the dust belong to Dalit. Balbir Madhopuri, My Old Man. And the poem is in Punjabi, but we are studying the translation. The body as archive. The father's body is a broken landscape, his cracked heels and calloused hands are a topography of a lifetime of manual labor. Eco-caste note. The father has spent his life tilling land he never owned. This represents the historical materialism of Dalit experience. The human become a part of the soil through the sheer toil. M. R. Renukumar, The Question Paper, that is in Malayalam. Biopolitics of the environment. The environment here is the classroom, a sterile institution space. Analysis. The question asked are environmental, ancestral. Where is your land? Where are your people? The Dalit student cannot answer because their environment was erased by the state. The question paper is a tool of educational hegemony. And then Mohandas Nimishrai, We Will Fight, that is in Hindi. The manifesto of the agency, the darkness mentioned is the environment fog of the caste system. Analysis, the fight is for the main road and crumbs of the bread. These are physical environmental rights. The road is a public space for which the Dalit was historically environmentally excluded. Rajni Tilak, The Beat of Thousand Feet. The lowest S power. In eco-casteism, the feet are associated with the polluted ground. Tilak subverts this analysis. The rhythmic beat on the earth is a reclamation of the land that represents Dalit feminist women moving out of domestic sphere into the political street, turning their labor into a march of for justice. Vasudev Sunani, The Prayer. Subversion of the sacred. The temple is an artificial environment built by Dalit hand but locked against them. Analysis. Sunani. Asked why the eyes of the idol which the Dalit carve cannot see Dalit suffering. It is a critique of inverse theology where the pure environment of the temple is exposed as the site of human exclusion, human made exclusion. And then we come to the critical synthesis, Limbale's aesthetic. To In Towards an Aesthetic of Dalit Literature, Sharan Kumar Limbale argues that Dalit poetry must be judged by Satyam Shivam Sundaram, redefined. Satyam, that is truth, the lived experience of the outcast. Shivam, equality, the social purpose of the poem and the social justice. And Sundaram, the beauty, not in flowery language, but in the authenticity of the struggle and significance for the a summary for the exam, that is concept and application. Eco-casteism, viewing the village Velrani on the common land Dil as a site of apartheid. Occupational precarity, the insecurity of the body in labor, Patel and Madhopuri. And subaltern memory, nature remembering what official history forgot, that is Rao and Rani. So here we finish it. It's a very short video. You can actually read out all those poems and their concepts and how beautifully it has been explained. So my concern would be that you see this video again, come again, listen it again, and it is definitely going to help you for your exam. All the best for your exam.